I got a few hours with Gotham Knights yesterday. This is the game that I think I am the most excited for the rest of 2022. Yes, God of War Ragnarok is up there as well. I'm also looking forward to the Call of Duty game. I've played a little bit of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, so I'm super psyched for that one. But this is the Batman universe. Come on, I'm so freaking excited. I am also one of those that loved what Warner Bros Games Montreal did with Batman Arkham Origins. Yes, it wasn't as good as the Rocksteady games, but it introduced a lot of really cool mechanics and some great storytelling and beautiful visuals. It was just a blast to play through Arkham Origins, and I'm expecting the same out of Gotham Knights, although when I played, I certainly felt like there were some areas that could be embellished and improved. One of the things that I think has already come up because of the IGN first gameplay footage that was out there on the internet is some of the NPC chatter is not that great.
Smashy, smashy, smash, smash!
You encounter these different gangs as you traverse through Gotham City, and you have crimes to stop. There's lots of random crimes and stuff, but you also go out on missions. And the whole idea with this game is that it's more of an action role-playing experience. The way that I kind of framed it in my mind is that it felt a little bit like the Arkham games meet the Division. There is a little bit of a mix and match kind of play style. You can choose 2 of the 4 characters to play multiplayer with. You can't play all 4 characters at the same time in multiplayer, which is a bit of a disappointment, I have to be honest. It would be amazing to play cooperatively with all 4 of these heroes. But you can play as Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, or Red Hood, and what's interesting about this is that there's a lot of customization. You can customize different elements on the costumes, and you can kind of make the character look the way that you want to look. And you can also jump into the missions and go back to the headquarters called the Belfry and change up and be any of the other characters at any time. And so if you're playing solo, you can level up all of the characters and unlock everything and just sort of take turns. Now, obviously, there's a lot of cut sequences where all of the characters are chattering together. They're trying to solve crimes.
Move. I'm gonna solve this case my way.
Stop it! He wanted us to work this together.
The whole idea in this adventure is that Batman is dead.
If you're watching this, I'm dead.
And they're trying to pick up the pieces and solve that mystery, but they also have other criminals to go after. And in the main mission that I got to play, I interrogated Harley Quinn inside of Blackgate Prison, and I had to encounter all kinds of escaped convicts, but also the guards are out to get you because you're a vigilante. And so you've got cops chasing after you and criminals chasing after you, and you can get swarmed. I was playing it solo. I was playing it over the internet, so I didn't actually have local code. It was all being streamed to me. And so it wasn't ideal in terms of presentation, but I got a really good sense of the gameplay, and it was really fun to get into these crowded fights. This idea of bouncing off the bad guys and doing all of these different combo moves and trying to up the ante in my abilities, because you can access this ability pool that you unlock as you progress into the game. You get the experience points to keep embellishing your characters, but you unlock these awesome abilities by tapping and holding the RB button and then using any of the different face buttons to pull off awesome things like throw a flurry of different projectiles out, or Nightwing could leap on top of a character and bounce off of them and send them into the ground. There are some insane combat animations where it's just a flurry of punches and kicks, which are really cool and really well animated. And then, of course, each of these different heroes has their own flourishes and their own abilities and their own agilities, and it's really fun to tap into all of that. What I also really loved about this game is the lore in the details, and every nook and cranny can be examined and explored. You have the detective vision, basically the pulse radar thing, the sense that goes out, and then you can zoom in and look at everything. Now, I didn't solve any massive, crazy crime puzzles or anything like that. I was basically connecting codes to objects that would unlock doors. So it was fairly simplistic, but I only played in the early stages. They showed me a little bit of the early game, like the first mission. I'm trying to find some clues for Kirk Langstrom, who's Man-Bat's murder inside of this university, and then that leads me on the trail, and I eventually get to Harley Quinn. But I was also pushed forward a little bit, so I had leveled up to about level 18, which is still very early in the game. But I could see all of the building blocks and all of the nice details that were leading to other things. The encounter with the Penguin in the Iceberg Lounge was hinted at. I also love that there is like the shrine shrine for Batman with all of these broken bits inside of the Belfry, and all of the characters have their moments with it. And their moments kind of grappling with the death of their mentor and their leader. And through that contemplative kind of look at this moment for each of these characters, they also uncover some new abilities for themselves, which are all about traversal. Like Batgirl can glide, like Batman does in the Arkham games. We also have Robin tapping into the Justice League Watchtower and finds a way to use the teleportation abilities of that Watchtower, so he can teleport to different things, and he becomes a very stealthy figure. Nightwing has this kind of glider element. And frankly, I didn't play as Red Hood because I'm just not a fan of Red Hood. I like the idea of Red Hood as a villain in the Batman comics, but I just don't see him. He's kind of like the Punisher. He's got guns out and he's just shooting everybody, which I think is a bit antithetical to Batman and the Bat family. But that means that I get to experience Red Hood when the game comes out in a few weeks. I really did dig this game. I thought it was really cool. Yes, I wanted the NPC chatter to be better. Some of the writing could be a little bit tighter, a little bit crisper, a little bit more revelatory. And I hope and I suspect that that is exactly what happens. We're going to get some really nice layers of lore, especially because the Court of Owls are going to feature so prominently in this game. But I want a real sense of surprise, not just a skating over all of the established comic book lore and sort of hitting the notes of things that we as Bat fans are hoping and expecting will be in the game, but some really nice twists and turns that can then be lifted back into the comic books.
Your game is over, Harley.
As if. This has been in the works since Blackgate.
So I hope the game elevates to that. I don't know if it does yet, but that's what I'm hoping. This is going to be a big experience. I suspect a good 40, 50-hour type of game with a lot of open areas to explore. You also get a bat cycle. Each of the characters can jump on the bat cycle and cruise around in Gotham and stop crime wherever they want to and explore wherever they want to. It's certainly not Grand Theft Auto 5 level of people everywhere, or even Insomniac's Spider-Man level of people happening everywhere, at least from what I've seen. Maybe it starts to open up. Of course, everything takes place at night that I've seen, so it doesn't have the beautiful, majestic sunrises and colors that we see out of a Spider-Man experience, but that's Batman. Did I uncover if Batman is really dead in the game? No, I did not. I still have my doubts about that. I think we're going to see that Batman is alive and he's been playing some kind of a game in the game. But I can't wait, man. I got a good taste. I got a good feel, and it was fun. I mean, the combat was fun. The detective abilities were fun. Racing around on the Batbike was fun. And all of the traversal mechanics were fun. I was into it. I really was into it. And I cannot wait to have the game locally, either on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. I'm also going to check it out on PC for sure and run it on the Steam Deck. I think this is going to be a really fun Steam Deck to play. And I also want to play this with a friend of mine that is a massive Bat fan as well, so we can geek out with this thing. But I think Bat maniacs like myself have a lot to look forward to. It's been a long time since we've got a new game in the Batman universe, and it's almost here, and I remain incredibly excited. I wasn't disappointed by this taste of the game. It accelerated my excitement for it, and I can't wait to come back and review Gotham Knights for you. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for my little preview taste of Gotham Knights. Check out my preview of Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I also got a couple of interviews in that video, but I'll be back with lots of new reviews for you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and the little bell. We'll see you soon, and until then, play forever.